People deluded, I'm back again. Arsenal obviously lost 3-1 yesterday to Manchester United. Commiserations to Arsenal fans. Congratulations to United, because I feel you lot's game plan was on point. It's the morning after the night before. You guys know I typically watch the game 2-3 times again and try and just simply look at hindsight and things like that. So you might as well talk about it from a tactical point of view, or I might as well say things I personally might have missed off watching the game first time round. Personally, people, I don't know where to start. There's a lot to say, to be honest with you. I'm not going to sit here and moan and things like that. I know a lot will be said on the basis of when you cut down throughout the noise. The matter of fact as to why United won. United took their chances and we didn't. They picked us apart. But I personally think that's doing United's players and definitely Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we'll get onto it, but a disservice, because I feel his game plan was spot on, especially in the second half. It was almost like lambs going to the slaughter. He knew that we'd have to pour forward. He obviously brought on Martial and Rashford. Martial obviously scored the goal. I felt they defended very well. I think we'll get onto it again, but Lukaku's role in the team, I think it was spot on, man. So I give credit to, I like a good game plan when I see it. It's just unfortunate it happened against Arsenal. And you've seen this similar performance with United, to be fair, a couple of times at Arsenal, at the Emirates. In fact, at Old Trafford as well when we played them recently. But let's crack on now. Let me come forward a bit. Admittedly, people, the chair's a bit mad, but you guys know my handwriting is terrible. Ignore that. But this is what I'm talking about. Now, that's our back five, people, yeah? This is our back five. Obviously, Leno's here. This is, first and foremost, I feel they know that we want to play out from the back. They know they have to press. They did it very well. Lingard was here. It was a bit unusual to see Lingard, but I feel Lingard did very well. And on hindsight, Lukaku is slow. He's a bit, when he gets running, he's quick, but he's a bit slow. Lingard gives them that pace, that bit of zip, that someone who can close down the ball quicker. And when you look at how him and Alexis Sanchez squeezed us tight, they forced Czech to kick out the ball out of possession many a times. Maitland-Niles had some stages. Definitely Socrates when he was on the field. So that front three, obviously the midfield, United's midfielders are here. Obviously the blue ones. Pogba obviously got forward a bit more, and I feel Herrera did a good job, and Matic was okay. But in particular, this front three, Lingard pressed well, and I felt we did quite poorly against Lingard. How he's holding off the ball, there was definitely one on Socrates, and definitely just before United scored, I think it was a long ball forward, and then Lingard's holding it up against Mustafi. Mustafi, I'm just looking at you like, why don't you head that? Why are you trying to kick it in the air, mid-air, like kung fu kick it? But either way, Lingard pressed very well. Alexis Sanchez did that very well as well. And he did a very good, well, I'll explain it after, but he did a very good job helping out Shaw as well. Lukaku's role is of most importance to me. Personally, people, you personally don't feel Lukaku would be out there if you was to name a United front three and that he'd be playing through the middle. I think he did a good job because first and foremost, you know Kola, Maitland-Niles as well, but Kola's going to go forward for us. We need them. They're our wingers. So he exploited the half spaces that he left, like you saw for the second goal. Essentially, it's 3 passes from Shaw to Lukaku, and then obviously played in Lingard for the second goal. But that was the theme: capitalise on the space left by Kola, and he got in there. He got in behind very well. I mean, it was almost a juxtaposition of sorts because he gave Kola something to think about. You know, Lukaku's not the quickest, so Kola has a question to ask himself: do I go forward or what? And another reason as to why it causes issues, because like you saw, if Kola goes forward, Koscielny's not getting any younger. Koscielny don't want to be in these channels. So obviously, if Kola's out of position, people, you got to look at it. If Kola's come out of position, just to make it a bit let me do it visually, people. Obviously, Kola started off. I've rubbed him out. But if he's going forward, he's more likely to be here, people. Alive? Poor X, but you get the point. He's more likely to be here. What do you see immediately? There's a space here to exploit, which Lukaku went into. Now, obviously, we need to close him down. Koscielny's going out there. You don't want Koscielny to go out there. So I feel Lukaku did very well out there. Defensively as well. Again, he's not the quickest. So just him being in position makes it a 5 in midfield of sorts. Like I said with Alexis, they both tucked in very well. So that was kind of a big shake I was seeing in regards to us losing as well. On the topic of Manchester United, if we just look at their front three, their defensive shape. Now, that's our front three. Obviously, you lot know, cannot find the other ones of this, so Lingard's not here, but if anything, this can be Lingard. Just imagine. This is what I liked, man, because obviously, you had their midfield, you had United's midfield in under Herrera, Matic and Pogba, but you had Alexis and Lukaku. Now they started up here, of course, with Lingard, but what I liked. Now Lukaku was positioning himself like this because obviously he's not a winger, he's not the most pacey of men. But just by being there, he's already someone that Kohler has to beat. He's already someone in position. He helps to make a rigid shape. They were very rigid and compact, and obviously there were some nervy moments from Manchester United where they had to weather the storm. Ultimately we scored as well, but on the large part they did well. More so Alexis, because you're looking at it, Aubameyang was probably played by Unai Emery out there. Obviously, we want to play Aubameyang, but he obviously stationed him out there because he's thinking about Alexis Sanchez down that left, and obviously Luke Shaw. Maitland-Niles isn't a fullback, so possibly if you play Aubameyang out there, he gives them something to think about. Obviously he's a quick player. He gives Shaw something to think about, because if Shaw pulls forward and then he has to defend and he gets in a foot race with Aubameyang, it's a bit of a myth, isn't it, people? So maybe it goes two ways. Maybe we were a bit pragmatic in that regard, but I get it. Either way, Alexis did very well to go and put in a shift and kind of help them make it rigid. So I feel United did very well, man. They counter-attacked us as well, picked us off at will. On the topic of counter-attacking, I didn't want to speak about the goal. The first goal we can see. No. The second goal we could... Do you know what? We'll get on. Let's just talk about the goals, man. Let's just talk about the goals, because the second one annoyed me the most. The first one was the real stressor. I wasn't planning on talking about the goals yet, so where did I put my goal notes? Here we go. Obviously, now it's all about proactive defending, people. I'm yet to see us really take a proactive approach to defending. It's all reactive. Now we're having some good stages going forward, putting some nice runs together. But if you're honest with you, bar the nervy first 10 minutes. In fact, was it really a nervy first 10 minutes? Because watching the game again, I feel both teams started off strong. They had a corner literally in the first minute. We cut them open multiple times within the first few moments. Iwobi, Ramsey, Lacazette, Aubameyang. There was many a times that they did the same as well, but there was many a times of that. But probably if you're a United fan, after the first 15, you probably felt you're most comfortable, and probably around that stage, around the 20 to 30 mark when they scored, they're putting together good little phases of play. 27th minute, they warned us. Essentially, it's a good move from us. It broke down with Iwobi. They counter-attacked with Pogba. Pogba literally hoofs the ball forward. Mustafi loses the 50-50 header with Lingard, like I said. I actually think Torreira misses out on a 50-50 as well. Eventually the move breaks down, but it's warning signs, people. Essentially the warning signs are there. 30th minute, you see what's happened. Multiple players are sleeping. It's a good move. I actually feel it's a very good move in the build up to United's goal, because the move broke down. I think Ander Herrera ended up striking it into someone. But if you go and look at the move, like Ander Herrera, we'll get onto midfield runners, but Ander Herrera is just making runs forward and he's not being picked up. But obviously you could say we've done all right in regards to kind of hold it up at this moment in time. But the goal was a poor goal to concede. From a United point of view, lovely training round worked goal. Multiple players had touches on the ball. People are passing forward. People are running onto their men. It's a lovely worked goal. They've probably rehearsed that same move time after time. From an Arsenal perspective, it's poor. Multiple players are ball watching. Koscielny's ball watching. Kohler, I don't know technically where he is. He's ball watching. He's ball watching as well. Koscielny's ball watching. Mustafi's ball watching. Maitland-Niles is playing people onside and he's ball watching. I feel Torreira actually is again allowing midfield runners. Aubameyang probably could have sniffed danger as well. But it's a lovely run. It's poor from Arsenal, because if you look at Alexis's run, it's a lovely run, and that's why he's a veteran in this football thing. It's a lovely run and the finish. It's a great move from United. A lovely ball from Lukaku as well. There's not more I can say on that. We really could have done better, because there were warning signs literally in the build-up. The only saving grace is, again, we're cutting them open with Will, particularly down the left-hand side. Ramsey's runs, like you saw, are causing issues. For the second goal, to concede that 2 minutes later essentially is a poor goal to concede. Now, Lacazette lost the ball, and Lacazette actually lost the ball for 2 of the goals, but we'll keep that one quiet. What annoyed me is 3 passes, like you saw with Milner when we played Liverpool at home, like you saw with Firmino at Liverpool away, Herrera in the build-up to the first goal I've just said. Definitely a goal against Brighton a couple of times. It's midfield runners, people. I can't understand it. We have a move that obviously broke down with Lacazette. In fact, I'm going to be quiet, people, while I think about this. The move obviously broke down with Lacazette. Then it's Shaw. Where's the other red ones? From Shaw to Lukaku. And the second goal annoyed me, people, because Maitland-Niles isn't naturally a fullback, and I'm not digging him out, but there were several things wrong with the goal of sorts, people. Several things wrong. First and foremost, wait, who is this? Wait, we've obviously got, wait, yeah, these are Arsenal players. Yeah. The Reds United people. Obviously, this is what annoyed me. The second goal, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, not to dig out. You guys know I love to, wait, yeah, United are red. You know I love Torreira and Xhaka. I think he gets a hard time at times, but these two really annoyed me. Let me do it like this to make it a bit more accurate. Now, this is what was jarring. We obviously had a move. A move broke down with Lacazette. Lacazette broke forward. The move broke down with Lacazette. Lacazette lost the ball, so I'm gonna remove him now, people. Shaw picks up the ball on the edge of his area now. Torreira initially is ducking him down, but he's not close enough. Eventually, Shaw passes the ball out here. In the build-up to while Shaw's playing the ball out here, I'm looking at Torreira because I'm seeing Lingard's run, people. Obviously, these are their strikers. I mean, sorry, who is this? Yeah, this is Lingard. This is Lingard's run. I can't remember. Someone else went forward for United, and I think a couple other players. It's irrelevant at this moment in time. But two of our players are closing down the same pass. Firstly, Torreira is gone. He's gone, Torreira. Xhaka's aimlessly pressing as well, which kind of shocked me. I'm looking at Torreira because you can see Lingard. Lingard's just creeping. You saw this with Firmino, the best example. 3 passes. The ball's gone out to Lukaku, and you can still see the run. So I'm looking at Torreira. Xhaka's a bit of a lost cause, but I'm looking at Torreira. I'm thinking, Torreira, please get back. Please get back. Please get back in time. But they don't do it. Now, Maitland-Niles, Koscielny's pulled out. And things like that. Mustafi does poor as well, but for Mustafi, it looks like he has 2-3 players. I can't lie to you. It looked like he had 2-3 men, and he's caught in 2 minds. Do I engage with the ball or do I stay? I don't think he covers himself in any blade of glory, but I've got to keep it fair to him. If Maitland-Niles is in position, then he's done his job for him, because naturally the right back's back there. He can move across, and maybe certain things don't happen. I'm not too sure. It's easy to say these things in hindsight, of course, people. But 2 of them goals were definitely avoidable. The third goal that they obviously scored in the second half, what can we say? There's really not much to say on that goal. We know Czech could have done better. It's a lovely finish from Martial to make up for it. That counter-attack in the second half, the ball was there. It was going to happen, innit? Sooner or later, they were going to score. Every time they went forward in the second half, I did think they were going to hit us on the counter. I felt sorry for Aubameyang as well, to a degree, purely because obviously I think he put in a shift. He let himself down probably when the ball's getting in between his feet and things like that. But when him and Lacazette are swapping turns in the first half for who can go out wide and stuff, they're both making some good runs. Aubameyang made one lovely run off Matic. He made one lovely run off Lindelof, but it wasn't found. But same way, on the topic of runs, I know Ramsey made some good runs. I was probably wanting to see a bit more diversity in the runs, because although I'm seeing plenty of people offer for the ball and people are coming deep, I just feel we're not doing enough to really pull that United side out of position or try and provoke some chinks in the armour sort of thing, to be honest with you. Like I said, United pressed well. Really and truly, I just think they pressed well, they defended well. Obviously, they took the chances. That's what you got to do in football. The game was end-to-end, and it must have been fantastic for the neutrals of sorts. Just another topic as well on the midfield, with our midfield, as to why I want to see Guendouzi start. It's not necessarily because I think Guendouzi is the best player in the world, as amazing as I think he is, people. I just think it's almost like 3 midfielders at times. When we play with a flat 3, it's a bit different, but I allow it, man. It just feels to a degree, people, that 3 midfielders are doing their own. They're all doing their own thing, and when you look at United's 3. I'll keep United as red because I know I changed it a bit. It's a bit mad because this is literally what I'm seeing on the pitch, people. To paint the picture, you guys know I like a proper picture. I'll put our fullbacks in, but this is what I'm seeing, people. I'm seeing different ones. I've got a few examples. Have I really? Did I do them? Yeah, couple of times. This is what you're seeing on a football pitch, essentially, people. Have I done this the right way around? Yeah, I've done it the right way around now. But this is our back three. This is our back four, people. You'll see Xhaka doing his thing there. You see Torreira. Obviously, Ramsey. Move these. Why are these here? Ramsey's running forward, obviously, to offer support to the front men and things like that. I literally see, it's almost like one midfielder in one space doing their own thing. At times, you might admittedly see Ramsey just going and them two there, or you actually see Torreira gone, or you'll see Torreira and Xhaka and Ramsey there, or they're all gone. You see a bit of sixes and sevens when it's got to be one drilled unit. If two go, one stays, or we stay as a flat three, or something like that. We look better with something along these sort of lines, or when people go forward, or when two go forward, and then obviously the wingers. But you can see how much of a recipe for disaster it is when in reality you're doing this. If I just said, if one person's doing his thing, one person, because Ramsey's being told to go forward, don't forget. Torreira's trying to break down play and looks unsure of himself at times in this team because of that. Xhaka's trying to receive the ball off the centre halves or whatever, or even at times Xhaka's up there and Torreira's there. Let's just do that. Xhaka's up there and Torreira's there. Now you've got our fullbacks in Maitland-Niles and Kohler who have to provide the width and who are very attacking minded. We pushed them on very forward and we paid for it with the third goal in particular. You can see how this is a recipe for disaster, people. It doesn't matter how good players you have. That's three versus, like if we context United's players, sorry people, I put this down. If we context this very same example and slap some United players on this, you can see the recipe for a disaster. So it's no coincidence. Pogba looked glorious galloping through the midfield consistently, dribbling and stuff, because there was a lot of space. I told you there'd be a lot of space. Kohler's gone to provide an option. Remember I said Lukaku, pulled out. And now Koscielny's going to have to go. To which Lingard, like you saw for the second goal, timing his runs, or just in general, has the freedom. Alexis Sanchez as well. Do you see how these things are, people? Again, hindsight makes everybody a genius, but it's you can just see certain things on a football pitch. Now, if we talk about Unai Emery, I mean, a lot of people will say, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that and the other? I'm going to be fair to him. If we look at the Chelsea game, I think Iwobi should have played in that game in the sense that prior to the game, I felt it was harsh that he got dropped. But he got dropped. We did quite well, forgive me if I'm wrong. This game, I felt possibly... prior to the game, I felt he named a strong lineup. I had no complaints. He's going for it. Our bench was a bit iffy. We know our under-23s had a behind closed doors friendly, so we couldn't use any of them to an extent. He went for it. He played a strong team. He went for it. In hindsight, maybe he forced Iwobi into the team. Now Iwobi played well. Hindsight, watching the game again, it wasn't as good as I thought, but he played quite well. But possibly at the risk of playing Iwobi, obviously. You had something along the lines of this. You had Ramsey doing his thing. Have I got even enough for this? Yeah, people are gonna have to use one red one again. Or in fact, no, we'll keep with the blue. You saw this. You saw along the lines of this. You obviously saw Iwobi, you saw Lacazette. And you saw Aubameyang. Now, Aubameyang had to do a job for us because, like I said, the pace down the flanks of Alexis Sanchez, when he's at it, and Luke Shaw's decent going forward as well. So maybe he was, Unai Emery's thinking is a bit of pace. Shaw won't be able to go forward as much because he'll have to think about Aubameyang. So he'll have to time his runs versus 2v1 situations for Maitland now. So I get it. But the problem with that becomes... Yes, it's great for us, but when Aubameyang's coming deep and stuff like that, it's all great, but he's not in areas he can trouble. It's lovely that Lacazette put in a shift and stuff like that, and he's all over here and putting an all-action display. But by the same logic, if they're over there, United are pretty rigid as it is, but if they're going in them sort of directions there, people, is it really going to threaten their keeper or their defence, which are iffy, which could be asked questions? No, it's not. If you're that Man United defence, even if you were low on confidence prior to the game, and you see Lacazette in his own half and Aubameyang basically as a right back, you're going to be laughing, people. Do you see what I'm saying? Possibly, I don't want to sit here and say nothing else, but possibly if Unai Emery kept it as the diamond, it could have been a different game of sorts, man, because we have enough to deal with the threat down the wide in the wide areas. Yeah, the only thing is there would have been 2v1s, probably 2v1 situations in wide positions, but you would have seen Aubameyang and Lacazette press people out wide very quickly. Obviously, I haven't. Wait, are they the two fullbacks? Yeah, people. Not everyone's on the pitch, but if we just ignore these and just focus on the front positions in the diamond, versus if we did something like that, where Aubameyang and Lacazette have the freedom, Ramsey, you still get to do what you want to do, and these lot squeeze. That's what we should have done. Obviously, in this game, it was more something like this. You obviously had Aubameyang, you had Lacazette, you had Ramsey back in it, and you had Iwobi, which was good. But United were equal. Sorry if I wasn't holding it straight. Which was good, but United were equal to it. To be fair with you, oh man, really and truly. And a lot of people are saying we should have played 3-4-3. Maybe on the basis of in hindsight you can flood the midfield, that would have done something with us. But the fact is the main reason we lost this game is not taking our chances and not a lack of proactive defending versus reactive. It doesn't matter if you believe that some of these players are the best thing since sliced bread or below par. A difference to proactive defensive aspects is needed, because you're seeing a lot of runners in midfield. Like we need to pay attention to runners in midfield. We need a proactive approach. Nobody is sniffing danger and things like this. When it's offensively, people are calculated enough to make runs off the ball, to make runs for certain players to exploit, and all of these sort of things. So why can't we be as calculated or as proactive in a defensive sense? It shouldn't matter if it's Mustafi or Fabio Cannavaro playing for Arsenal at centre half, because you're seeing other top six sides, they're able to do it. I know Spurs are having a bit of a wobble, but it doesn't matter who Spurs playing their back 3, 4, 5, however you want to class it. Obviously, you'll see a drop-off in quality, but more or less, you'll see the same sort of principles applied to defending, because they're actively learning and things and stuff like that. Maitland-Niles as well. I love Maitland-Niles, but if we're going to really play him as a fullback, I have to question what we're doing with him in training as well, because it's all off the ball. His troubles are all off the ball, and it's frustrating because it's all minor things. Positioning. The second goal, he's strolling back. I love Maitland-Niles, and one thing I love about him is his calmness in everything he does. He doesn't really get pressured or flustered, but at times that casual approach can come back to haunt you. I have to wonder, if you're going to use him and concede that we don't need to sign a fullback this month, what are you doing with him off the ball? Because we've still got to play United again. We've got to play Spurs again. We've got to play City on paper again. We've still got the Premier League campaign and the Europa League, God willing, that's kind to us. If we're going to bet on Maitland-Niles being at it, and as much as I love and I want him to do it, we've got to improve him off the ball, whether he's going to be a fullback or not. I don't rule out that he could be a fullback long term, but I don't think that's his. He doesn't show the natural instincts defensively to be a fullback. Well, it is what it is, man. We probably should have kept the diamond. Unai Emery probably learns another lesson in that. Yes, you need to. I like that he thinks he's a bit pragmatic and he thinks about the opposition, but you need to think about the qualities of your team. He obviously set up the facilities for us to win, and I don't blame him, to be honest, for this defeat. I'm just offering talking points. The fault lies with the players. It's cheap mistakes that, regardless of coaching, you should be able to identify. Everybody didn't take their chances, and ultimately it's cup competition football. It's not about possession and all of these things. It's about what you do with the ball and how you take your chances. But it is what it is at this point. Credit to United, like I said, man. They did very well with the substitutions, with the use of Lukaku, with the use of Lingard. Phil Pogba had a good game as well. So yeah, man, it was end-to-end stuff. It must have been great for the spectators and them things there. But yeah, man, it is what it is. On that note, though, people deluded. Subscribe, like up the vid, offer your comments below, and do the rest of it. I'm out. Thanks for watching.